to Scrapping in My Own Private Idaho, and today is Title Tuesday, and I've taken a little bit of a vacation off, and I am back with a title, and actually I've included all the icons on this page if you want to grab the design space file, which I will link in the description below. So Tuesdays is the day I dive into my Stampin' Up! Stash, and I use a title, and I share that as in a design space file that you can just click on and then make it or change it if you would like. So the paper pack that I'm using today is called Weekend Adventure, and it is new in the catalog. I am using the paper pack, but they also have a scrapbook kit, which is very similar to the ones that we had with Close to My Heart. I apologize, this is very dark, and I've got every light on that I own in the house, so I'm not for sure why it's so dark today, but it seems to be pretty dark. But anyway, these are the layouts. So the workshop kit is $37, and it has 4 layouts, and it's a step-by-step. I am using, and just kind of as a warning, with the new catalog, make sure that you look. So this is the scrapbook workshop, but then on page 73 is the paper and the stickers. So just know that you might have to look in more than one place, and hopefully they'll fix that for next year, because that's a little bit confusing. So there are a stamp set that I have not gotten yet, because I tend to this today I'm just stretching the paper pack. So the paper pack, these are all the pattern papers, and I'll hold those up so you can get a better look at them. And the sticker sheet. The sticker sheet is really fantastic. So you get 12 sheets of paper for $12.50, and it has 3 of each design, which is a much bigger pack than those of us who are coming from Close to My Heart. Our paper packs were 6 sheets. So I am Title Tuesday is kind of a way for me to stretch my paper pack and use all of it and add a title. So that's what I'm doing today. And my inspiration comes from a retreat I hosted last year, and my title is going to be I Barely Survived, and that's why I have a bear here. And you can see, I'm just going to go ahead and put it together. I am using, my base of my paper is Cajun Craze, and then that is 12 by 12, and I'll put the sizes that I used in the link also. I trimmed my paper down to 11 by 11, and then I scored it, and then I used ink to make my own wood grain. I've shown that before, but if you would like to see that again, just let me know, and I'll slow my boat down and show you again. My little bear, his claw is kind of showing a little bit. So I made this large bear. So this is going to be for my theme for this year at my retreat is I Barely Survived, and it's because it's actually a really funny story. So I just cut out, this is out of Mossy Mellow. I just went on to Design Space File. It's linked. It's in this. It's included if you want to cut it out. It didn't cut really well, but it's all going to be hidden, so I'm not really concerned. This is Mossy Mellow that I've used. That is a coordinating color in this paper pack. So I'm cutting this in half, and I'm putting it on each side. So this is going to be our group picture. Spoiler alert for those who are going to retreat. I've made it fairly simple because I am making 20 of these layouts. So I did not, well, I'm not making them. I'm kitting them up. Just kidding. Kitting. Okay, so here's my bear. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm trying to decide whether I want that. What do you think? Should I have it? Then my title, I'm just trying to see if that's going to give me enough room for my title. I was going to curve my title, but I decided I didn't have enough room. And I like my Cajun Craze to show, so I'm going to go ahead and let it show. And I am going to find some, wouldn't it be funny if I didn't have any adhesive? not really. It really wouldn't be funny if I didn't have any adhesive to show you. And hang on, I'm going to grab a paper. So I am letting the Cajun craze show a little bit. And on the back, you can see this is the two-tone paper. I'm so happy because it cuts beautifully. I'm actually needing to change my Cricut blade, and that's why it's kind of wonky doodle. So I'm going to put this one right here. And I don't have to make, so, since I'm having the state of Idaho cover this up, I really don't have to, it doesn't matter that I didn't have enough. So I like the standard trees, and I didn't want the trees to be any taller. I could have unlocked it and made them taller without increasing it that size, but I didn't want to do that. I'm going to make sure my bear is standing there. So this all started because one of the gals that was at the retreat, she is always pulling pranks. So one night she came in and, well, she actually called her cousin and said, "You need to come out here. I'm scared. I just saw a bear." Well, they had just pranked her grandson, and so when she said that, of course, I did not believe her. And so her cousin said, "No, she's not kidding. There really is a bear out there." And so you could, if you wanted this, I might take it off and put some brown so that doesn't show like that. That's kind of bugging me, but I'm not going to do it for the sake of this video. So come to find out, there really was a bear outside, and of course the moral of that story is if you want people to believe you, you can't prank them all the time. And so then, of course, we were all freaked out. It's late at night. We're at a retreat. And so one of the girls says, "It's on the camp director's, I see a bear on the camp director's porch," because they're right on site. And so we told him the next day, and he didn't believe us. But anyway, they were all scared. They put their bunk beds in front of the doors, and it was just really kind of funny. So I decided when life gives you a funny thing, then you make stories. So this is going to be a story. This is going to be a picture of all of us. So I could run it this way, but I can also run it this way. But I don't know until I get my picture. So I'm just going to very lightly attach this until I get it. And it's just so the girls know where they are. And I don't know if I want it angly or if I want it straight up. I guess that will do. We'll do that, because I don't want to ruin the shape of the state of Idaho. For those of you who don't know what the state of Idaho is shaped like. Okay, so now I have my title, and I actually have "I Barely Survived," and then on the second page, which I'm not doing today because I don't have my pictures, I'm going to make a grid layout. And in the middle of the grid, I will have "Scrapping in My Own Private Idaho," which of course is my title. So I'm going to do "I Barely Survived." So I'm taking these letters, I'm going to measure in the middle, and I'm going to take, for this to be nice, a nice and straight title, I want it to be about 1.5 down. And I'm going to try to see if I like that. I'm going to audition that. And so I have my ruler to make it nice and straight. And so "I Barely Survived" is IBEARLYSURVIVED. So there's 15 letters. So the 7th one in, I'm going to put at 6. So the 7th one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my Y is going to go right at my 6. And I'm going to see how I like it. I may try to have it down as far as I'd like, as I can. And this font is called, it's free to Cricut access. It's called Boho, and I like it because I don't have to fill in any of my letters. Okay, so I'm gonna take this one and see if I like. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. Okay, because the letters are, and they're about 1 inch high. What I normally do is I like my titles to be at least 1 inch, and see how they're kind of attached together. If you take your when you go to type it out, if you move your letters close together, and maybe I'll show you that next time. I can't switch screens right now, but I move them together so that they touch. So on the it's called letter spacing, and if you use the letter spacing and you move it close, then it attaches them, and then I'm not losing my letters everywhere. And since I am cutting out 20 of these, I really don't want to lose letters. So that was a good option for me. I'm just going to very lightly tap this down because I'm still not sure if I'm going to love the placement or not. So here I have I barely. And I really did want to curve this, but I just could not get it to go. It just did not look right. Okay, so here I have, I feel like I'm missing a V. And if I did, I'm just going to pretend otherwise. And we'll just do it and I'll fix it off camera. Okay, sir. I am missing a V. V. I am missing a V. So what I'm going to do is I will have to cut that out. I'm going to, that one holds my place. I'm going to put that one right there. And then put ED. And I will double check the design space file because I might have spelled it wrong. And I don't want to share my bad spelling. So I could, I could move it over a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to look at this and see it at a distance. I think I'm going to scoot my eye over here. So let's do all that. And I do run it through a Xyron, and the Xyron allows me to, it gives me a little bit of time to move things around. And you can see how I've got things touched. What I'll do is I will, on my Facebook page, I will actually take a picture of the place where you'll find the letter spacing, if you don't know where the letter spacing is. And maybe the next time I do it. I still, yeah. Alright, I'm going to move this over just a little bit. And like I said, the Xyron, you have a little bit of time if you're not really aggressive when you're sticking it down. I just thought it was too far over. I'd rather have it more space on this side than the other side. And of course I had to have my V hold my place. My poor little V. I might try to draw around it, but I don't know. It's got this cute little bubble thing, but see how this is like the perfect font for like t-shirts and everything, because it doesn't have, you don't have to paste in the negative space, which I absolutely hate doing because I always lose it on the mat. Okay, so this is it. Granted, it is spelled wrong. I will cut out my V. I'll make sure that I have that right. Okay, so that is my layout for today for Title Tuesday. It's I barely survived, and that's a hint for those of you who are coming to retreat in the near future. But anyway, and I will. I'm going to go ahead and put brown around him. That just really. He's gonna. So I'll just do an outline around him as well. I can do an offset, and that will take care of that. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope to see you soon, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And this is really fun paper, and I will leave the link if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Person. I will leave my information. And if you are in the Idaho area and you don't have a Stampin' Up! Person and you're looking to have fun, please contact me. And we have a group that is fairly active and we have a lot of fun. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.